My sound design day begins with a marijuana cigarette.
Ah, yes. It's been so long. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's what comes from the experience of this magical herb. Thank God for it. When they talk about the burning bush, what do you think? Technology now has given us cameras far beyond the realm of anything we once understood as possible and handheld. So I don't know what it is about marijuana and sound design, but they go very well together.
So there's a new technique that we've developed based on the Romson Indians here in Monterey. And it's working. We're getting them to show up in broad daylight.
Candelario, Christo. Nice to meet you, Christo. Gordo.
He's like, you're fat.
I understand all the Romson Indians smoked marijuana. Good of them, because they were able to make clothes out of it from the hemp, blankets, rope.
Those are UFOs over there, huh? Did you see? Look, 1, 2. Now they're signaling back. You see them signaling back? Okay. No, it's not a plane. Look through the lens.
Okay, Mr. Gino. Cheeseburger. Mr. Chewbacca gets the bun from Gino's Cheeseburger because Gino's not a bun person.
Across the bay, are you ready for this? From the sewage treatment plant in Sand City, the Romson Indians, they would celebrate catching a bunch of fish by signaling those mountains.
When you do a burrito like this, oneness. Okay. Oh. Oh my God, hold on. Oh, man, you make the best fucking Mexican food. Holy cow, delicious. Okay.
See what shape that is? It's a UFO, bro. There's no plane. And he's through. He moved a long ways. You know how fast he had to go to move that fast?
Like I said, these things, I'm pretty sure, have been here as long as we have, if not longer. It's just a fact. You got to get used to it, you know, and it's coming. All of the stuff that we see here, I guarantee you, I will take you there and I'll show you what you already know is true. Okay? Right in front of your face.
Remember, all you do is signal a number that you decide is going to be your name. Every time they see that signal, it has to be in 2 numbers.
And now, let the chaos begin.
Hello, it's Christo, and it's Thanksgiving Day. The boys and I, we're hunting for Thanksgiving dinner.
There you go. Oh, look at how cute you are. Oh my goodness. You are gorgeous. The whole flutes. And we got all kinds. But I'm already. What are they doing? Who knows? But there's lady over here. Oh, there's turkeys in there. Oh, turkeys. Is this where the turkey is? Well, it's just our luck. No Thanksgiving. That's right. No turkey. This is the life of Curse of the Man Who Sees UFOs dude, right? That's why this movie isn't going to start with the word curse ever again. Most people have had their dinner already with their families, so the holiday is pretty much almost over. Well, we'll see what we can find, boys. God bless everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Now tell me if that doesn't look like a bank logo, but yet it's the Church of Bank. It's still traditional Italian. Definitely no Thanksgiving food in there. There's not one car, not one person, anywhere. Well, our Thanksgiving is turning into a total nightmare. Wondering why I, the chef, am not just making my own turkey dinner. It's because my wonderful landlords make me live in a house with an oven that doesn't work. So, this is where we're going to have our Thanksgiving dinner. Yep, that's where. Hold on for a second. Okay, Gino. Cheeseburger, huh, Gino? Happy Thanksgiving, Gino. Here it is, folks. Last moon of 2017. Something else, isn't it, folks? Huh? Look at that thing. I've been noticing these weird black spots all over the last week. You see them? Look. Look real close. No UFO so far. Happy New Year, assholes! I want to get started. It's okay. We're all very excited. Hey. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Just wanted to say it's been a crazy year, 2017, and you've all been here with me, and I really appreciate it. And I just want to wish you all a very happy New Year. Gino, have a very happy New Year. And swing it out, swing it out, swing it out. Whoa! So it's 3 years later. After all that time has passed, I decided I wanted to make a sequel and show people more about my research, more about me, and was under the impression that folks I'd worked with on the first film would naturally want to continue. But that's not the case. Those people didn't want to continue. I was under the impression that they did, but they've decided that there's no more narrative left in my life, that there's no more story to tell. So now I'm faced with some really hard choices. But because my research is so important, I have to figure something out.
There you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Try to help people. Some of them don't know what to think. They don't know what to think. They're sitting out there with a sign every day. And they see me come by, and I give pretty much any homeless person that I see like that some money, even if it's the last money I have, because I've been there. I had a really bad drug problem a long time ago when I was cooking, and I couldn't find a place to stay because nobody trusted me. I I took a plastic tarp and I would wrap myself up in the plastic tarp and get a sleeping bag, and I'd sleep under there until the morning when I had to get up and go to work at the restaurant. And it was early morning. All of a sudden, this little girl lifts up the tarp, and I'm just completely still reeking like booze, and I'm fucking just homeless, sleeping under a plastic tarp. And she reaches down and gives me a $5 bill. And she's like, "Are you all right, mister? You look like you're pretty cold." I was like, "You know what, little girl? You just showed me something about my life. And I think I'm going to change things from this point on." And believe it or not, I quit right then and there that day. There I was, getting schooled by a 5-year-old. You know, that's how life teaches you things. You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry.
Mr. Gino is an extremely experienced snuggler. We go into the bed and we say our little prayer. We go, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us." This is what you call snuggling. Oh, we get in there. Oh, look. So we say a little prayer, then we turn out the lights every night, and we pass out, and we go sleep. And then the alienos come and pick up the blankets, and we're in here in bed, and then all of a sudden, while we're in here, oh, there we go.
After the first movie came out, went on camera like a complete fool and said, "If any of you out there would like to come down to a sighting, here's how you get a hold of me. You can contact me through such and such and so and so." And this was prior to me ever using any kind of social media. And it was fun at first. But then, as I posted that stuff, people started responding. And then people started watching the movie. And they started responding on Facebook. And they started responding on Twitter. And they started responding on everything. And I have a crappy little flip phone, right? Here it is. It's my don't bother me phone, right? There's my little phone. And I was getting 300 text messages at one point a day.
I don't know who they are, but they look like nice people. So I'll eventually have to answer them, whereas I can't. See what I mean, though? Look at all this labyrinth of stuff. Look at all the people. They want me to answer them. If only they knew that I don't know how. See, I put some answers in every once in a while because I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them. But look, I've got almost 2,000 people here. I try to answer all of them. Our documentary the last one played in fucking Belgium. The way this whole thing with the Indians began is I met a friend whose name was John, and he was researching these bowls that was in the rocks down at Monastery Beach, and it was an alien face. And the only time you could see it was at this extremely weird lunar cycle when the water and the tide would go down low enough, and there it was, this alien gray's face carved on a rock. Okay, so here we have a culture of Indians that believed that their gods lived above the mountains that I'm shooting these objects above. There's several different tribes, the Soledad, the Amanum, and the Ramsen Indians. They all believed in that. So the military was doing a lot of experiments up on the top of Mount which is where the Ramsen Indians and the Amanum Indians would go and have these sacred stone circles and do these ceremonies to talk to the sky people. The UFOs would start forming these triangles and all these shapes while the military was doing their research. So they had to wind it down. And so they gave the land back to the Indians.
we went up there and signaled, and sure enough, the UFOs came out. I decided that I would start researching a little bit more, and I found out that the Romson Indians had these ritual dances that they would do, and they would have these torches. They believed that a series of these kind of numbers, these prime numbers, in sets of 3, you would get an immediate reaction from UFOs because the sequence of these prime numbers was something they understood. So I took a chance. I started shooting in the daytime, and just huge fleets of orbs were flying over the camera.
We're signaling here. They're starting to show up after I signal. 1, 2, 3. Come on, I know you're up there. Yes. Yes.
And I decided to go down and test the Indians' signaling technique. But instead of using torches, I decided to start using very powerful lights. The laser is about poor lighting conditions. If something is too misty, or if there's too much fog, or what have you, I'll take one of these and I'll aim it down. So this is my hand, this is you, this is me. But the flashlights are a way of mimicking them, which, here's a triangle. 1, 2, and 3. And then I turn it very slowly, like this. And then I'll bring them together, which is the melting. And then do an hourglass. And then bring them together. And then melt them all together. Recently, I've started going up onto the top of the sand dunes, and that puts me at eye level with them, and that's where I've been getting just the most amazing results with the triangles.
There he is. Okay, signaling. I'm giving them the signal and they're copying it. They're mimicking what I'm doing. I'm stacking the lights on top of each other and they're mimicking it. Now I'm winking top to bottom. They're mimicking it exactly. Look at them mimicking it. Incredible. They are mimicking my movements exactly. Okay, am I getting them on film? Yes, good. Okay, good. Look at him. He's brightening up. Brightening up with the same signal. Look at this response. Wow. They're fucking seeing my signals. They're mimicking exactly the position I'm doing. There's one way out over the ocean too. I'm getting 3 of them to appear at the same time. A plane is trying to approach them. Get away from them, plane. You're idiots. Look at this display. They're turning a full-on triangle right in front of a plane. All right, Benny, and a small one is remaining over the town. A jellyfish, and as you can see, the plane won't go near it. That big old jelly is maybe about, look at this. Holy cow. Look at that. Still sitting there, boy, is he fucking bright as fuck. Look at that shit. Look at the spikes coming off of him.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
So far, I've been able to categorize them into several different forms. The first ones that I noticed were the big Eggman craft. Eggman is one of the big orbs that is like Vamana size. So those orbs, when I saw it by my house, literally scared me because it's the size of a building. It's huge. It looks like a little sun when it rolls up on you, and you're just not ready for it.
Hey Brian, are you looking at this thing outside? Can I look? Look at this light. What's up there? I'm recording it and it zooms in all by itself. And when it does, it's a full circle and it has a little dark spot on top. And lights are trailing from each side.
They're usually hovering near one of the adults of the orb type that are over the mountains.
It's a motherfucking orb, and it's winking.
That's a big motherfucker, too.
Dennis and I saw it, and it lowered itself down out of the belly of a cloud and let us see its underside. And then it spun this black dot around, which the black dot is like its eye. It's the scariest of them because they are malevolent, as far as I can tell. All the other orbs, including the jellyfish, generally tend to guard or protect the Eggman orbs.
Okay, Angel. I'm going to film something for you because you refused to stay here. But he showed up anyway. It's a jellyfish. There it is.
I got it. Here is the jellyfish. He turned sideways and stuff. They all do it, watch. They're multicolored, like a rainbow color. They are very easily confused with Venus.
See the tail on the bottom of him?
That's the jellyfish.
Those are tentacles. And you know what, Mr. Helicopter assholes? Fuck you.
Those two varieties of UFOs are very large, so they don't come down very low. They'll usually be about a half a mile in the sky. Then there's the juveniles and the adults, which are what we call the sky gods above the mountains.
Oh my God.
There they are.
Okay. Yes. 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 Oh,
These are some type of a craft, whether or not they have another alien entity inside of them or not, I'm not sure. I have observed a behavior which I call melting. And these orbs will physically come close to each other within proximity. They'll start sticking out these little electrical strands and then begin to melt into each other.
oh, he's gonna melt into the other one. Look, look, look. He's melting into the other one. Look with your naked eye. He's melting. Oh God, tell me I got that.
Yes, I got it. It's still going.
Shortly after that, smaller orbs will start to appear, almost like a birthing.
We got the melting again on camera.
I think that there is organically native to Earth as human beings. And I think they may have even been here before us or may have actually had a part in our being here, period. The three types of aliens are Eggman, he's the big planet-looking one, the jellyfish, which is like an alien bus, and the adults and the juveniles, which is like a tribe of these energy ball beings.
Yes, 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 yes.
Let's go. You have to make the lupa? Are you going to make the lupa? Mr. Chavaki, come on with us now. You go for a walk. Come on. So, you know,
Who doesn't think that something like this is worth preserving? We had the Romson Indians here for 7,000 years. As long as the fucking Egyptians, probably longer, lived in Egypt. Okay? What did they do? They fish, they worship their gods. Come on, yep. Let's go, boys. Oh, there's Mr. Gino. Every time I say God, Gino takes a crap. I don't know why that is, but they were worshiping the same things that I'm photographing. And the signals that I'm using are the same signals that they used when they did their fire dances to give thanks for a good fishing season. If you were an intelligent being from another world, I mean, this is like a history book here. Everything that you can imagine that, you know, you would want to observe of the human race and how we affect this planet negatively while they don't even touch the surface. But yet, we don't want to tell anybody they exist. These things are organic. They have a life. They are just as important as we are. And more than likely, they've been living here as long, if not longer, than we have. I really enjoy coming down to the beach. Every time I see the UFOs, it makes me want to keep coming outside. And what are they doing for me? What does this all mean? Well, how about getting me up off of my big fucking fat ass so I can do something positive, do something good for myself, and find something out about the world that nobody else knew until recently. And they're gonna find out a whole lot more in the very near future.
Hi.
Hi. It's been so long. I've been wanting to do this interview since I spoke to you.
A lot of phone tag.
I'm Molly Calvert.
Molly.
So my name is Christophe Massin. I was born in France, where so I have a master in computer science and I have a master in mathematics. And I have a bachelor degree in biology and a part of chemistry too.
The signaling, it was just flashing, and that's what drew my attention to it.
Right.
Well, when I met her, when we became friends 15 years ago, she had told me that she'd had an experience as a child where she had seen a UFO.
I was kind of in motion when I saw it, and I continued my stride, and then as it got closer, I came to a stop, and it just stayed above me.
Around 9:30 in the evening, and so I was walking to my home, and I saw a triangle. It was a very large one, with 3 lights, and it was very slow. It was flying very slowly.
You know, people always say, when people say they saw a UFO, I didn't even know to use that terminology for what this was, but it was an unidentified flying object.
And it wasn't until I had my own sighting experience that I actually believed her.
I saw a floating triangle when I was 8 years old. I was in bed by myself and looking out the window, and I see it come over the horizon, and it was almost kind of similar to this in the sense that I felt like it saw me seeing it somehow, like it knew that I saw it, and it stopped again.
I was working for a humanitarian aid organization in Haiti, and I was there before, during, and after the 2010 earthquake. My experience was back in 2013. We had the opportunity with some friends to go up to the Tasahara retreat, and I was just relaxing, and I was looking up at the sky. I thought I was crazy because it's something I'd never seen or heard of, and I didn't think anybody else would have heard of it, but it was a jellyfish in the sky.
What was what was incredible is that the speed is very low. You know, it's like it was not at all fast. It's like, okay, you are too slow for me. I know very well you are flying, but they are slow. They were too slow for that.
And I just watched it move slowly through the sky. So when I saw Kelly again, I told her, I said I was lying there and I saw the weirdest thing. I saw this thing moving through the sky, and I swear it was a jellyfish. It was white or clear or see-through. So when we got home, we looked on the internet and looked at YouTube, and I saw videos of other people that had sightings and that filmed these things, and I was completely blown away.
For a long time, I would never talk about that kind of topic in class. I kind of felt like I don't know, taboo, or I felt like people would look at me like I'm crazy, but I've become pretty open that, oh yeah, I saw a UFO and this is what happened.
It wasn't all that high. That was another thing that I was surprised. It was between me and the clouds, kind of, because I was looking at the clouds and then it was closer than what I was looking at. And when she had her sighting experience, then I knew for sure that it was something that she had seen. But then it was after my experience seeing the UFO at Tassajara that she had an experience here at our home.
She was 7 months old. She was in a boba, we call it, a carrier.
Right.
She was asleep. What I used to do is just walk up and down to keep her asleep. I'd go walk around the neighborhood. I'd walk around the backyards. It was up high, and then it kind of gradually came down lower. And
This way towards you.
yeah. And it comes all the way towards me, and I just am at this point.
So you're holding
dead in
the
my
baby.
tracks. Yeah, just watching it.
Right.
And it comes, and so it's probably higher than 12 feet because it was above the roof line right here. It's kind of, translucent, opaque, and I'm looking at it going,
What are you?
what are you? Like in my head, that's all I'm thinking.
Right.
And then it takes off, and it clears the roof line, and it's going that direction. And so then I run, because I'm like, what is, where's it going?
So this one object is moving like this.
Over in that direction.
Okay, and it's sitting by the wires again.
But by the time I get up there, they're like already far away.
Okay, like
Yeah.
what rough estimate?
Like golf ball size.
Okay, so now they're smaller. Was the one that was in the lead, did it look like it was the one that...
Yeah.
So you were talking to the big one.
Yeah.
Right. And these smaller ancillary ones were kind of orbiting around it.
I don't think I was scared so much as just totally astounded.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And how long do you think all of this lasted?
3 minutes.
I think that they are mastering the light, the photons, and they are also mastering the quantum physics part of the quantum physics. What we are doing right now ourselves, we are not stupid at all as human beings. We are at the beginning of that science, but they are mastering the quantum physics. They are mastering the art of manipulating the particles, and they are using the photon for communication. We are trying to do ourselves right now.
Dennis is a very, very sweet man. He's a very good soul.
Hi, I'm Dennis Deakin, and I've been filming UFOs since 2005. We had a thing called, it was Project Firefly. And we had people come down, a scientist also, MUFON, came down and checked out our stuff, and they were very enthused, I guess would be the word. Nobody could debunk it.
He now is using his new rig, which is this night vision camera that he can videotape with, and he's been getting just some incredible shots. And it was like really nice, really wonderful to see him smiling and having a good time and working with all of us to get what I think was some of the most spectacular footage of an event that we've filmed to date.
When Christo's seeing maybe 2 or 3 UFOs, I'm seeing 6, 7, or 8 that you can't see without the infrared. Just goes to show you there's still more stuff going on out there.
He's like the good cop, and I'm like the bad cop. Dennis always gives everybody the benefit of a doubt, and I always don't. You want to go for a walk and make a doop-up? Is that what you have to do? Well, let's go outside and see the sights. When the first movie came out, I had this responsibility handed to me by some of the folks that are handling the movie of, kind of promoting the movie and talking to everybody, which I had, prior to that, never tweeted, was not on Facebook, did not use YouTube or anything. So suddenly, there's all these people that want to talk to me, and I'm completely not used to that at all. When I started meeting Angel, she started hammering me with these notes, and of all the notes, hers were the most normal.
My name is Angel. I'm a visionary, an artist, and a disruptor in pretty much everything I do. I like to reinvent myself over and over, often, never staying the same, always moving forward. I am a body piercer. I've been doing that for 31 years. And I met Christo after many attempted Facebook, social media contacts. Finally, we were able to connect.
And when I met her, she came down to Monterey, and we met at the Crown, and she starts ah-ooing. She starts making this yelping noise. And it just, it's like everybody in the restaurant went, is that an Indian yelping? Who is that? Right? She silenced the entire restaurant to like you could hear a pin drop. I was like, man, that's power.
And I was like, whoa, what is this? This is new. I haven't seen this one. And I start watching it, and it's like, whoa, Monterey. I'm in Santa Cruz all the time. This is Monterey. I haven't seen anything. He was seeing these from Monterey, but I was just across the area in Santa Cruz. I go over there often. I love to be over there near the ocean. And been looking for crafts or light ships or anomalies, and he's seeing these every day, but just over the bay.
Well, you know how you presented yourself to me, right? Remember how you introduced yourself to me?
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, she started inviting me more and more stuff. And then she sent me this video of herself snowboarding. And she was having such a good time snowboarding. And she was alive and, you know, I don't want to even go there, but I mean, she was the kind of person I would be very attracted to.
Yeah. Here was this really cool person, and then the next thing was when you came out to Monterey. We actually had our first sighting together, but you got a little scared by that.
Oh yeah, terrified.
She was standing on the slab, signaling perfectly, and she had all of her camera equipment set up, but she had this trippy Hindu rig on where she, you know, it was like some fucking kind of character, right? But she had these really big dark glasses, and her head had a turban on, and I'm like, this chick is a really cool chick.
So you've been using the mirror for how long now?
Yeah, a little bit, a couple years also.
So you're using the prime numbers?
Yeah, yep.
She's somewhat religious. You know, she goes to online to watch services of this church with this really trippy pastor. And, you know, that's fine. It's the fact that she's spiritual is good. I like that too.
What is it about her? Fuck. And how long? And you have some other magical thing that you say. You don't want to say it out loud, or is it your special word?
No, I just, and others do the same, but we just ask to see them, you know, show us, and if somebody's with you, it might be by proxy that then you'll be able to see them or somebody else. In fact, we had a visitor the other day, and I said, call them, and they had seen them one time with me before.
Right.
They called instantly. We walked outside, boom.
There it was.
Right there.
I kind of resisted her because when I first met Angel, I was very attracted to her right away.
Okay.
And that's very rare that I'm attracted to anybody anymore. Because I'm such, you know, I mean, my life is, it's quite a thing for some people to have to deal with.
Christo has a lot of potential, a lot of unused potential, I think.
People have this idea that, like the dogs, for instance, the dogs are so important to me that, you know, they kind of go up everywhere I go. And more often than not, that's a problem for some people.
He's got these many funny characters all stored up inside him, but there is one character that you don't want to bring out. And when you do bring that character out, it's really hard for him to set that aside. Yeah, but otherwise his character, great, fantastic. And you know, you just, people that you truly love, you look past that. And that's kind of how it has to be if you want to be in his life or his friend.
I really like craft work, and one of the reasons I'm so into electronic music is because these aren't just instruments to me, they're actual friends, and they all have different places in my little boutique of our family here. And the Deep Mind is my favorite polysynth in the world, and that's because it's just this gorgeous richness.
it's tracking the DAW, which is playing at a specific time that I've decided is going to be this global tempo. The modular is basically, you know, doing this droning sound, and then we have these choirs over here, which are coming out of one of the central keyboards here. That's actually my motherfucking voice. I've never sounded better in my life, huh? If only I could sing like angels, huh? Here they are. A choir of angelic Christos. That fucking mouthy motherfucker, really? Angel, of course, being the angel that she is. I have a second studio here, which, you know, you guys have seen me perform in, but we have all these little goodies. And the one that brought it all together for me was this little beauty right here. This mixer changed everything and gave me the ability to hook a whole bunch of stuff up on the floor, which is where I like to play. And after I play on the floor, I'll take some of the stuff that I recorded here and blow into my iPads or whatever, and then go in there and do what we just saw. When I found this little gem, I was just in love instantly, and now I'm even more in love with fucking Angel. It's just like cutting my own throat and jumping into a fucking pen full of hungry pigs, but you know, that's the way I've always done it. So here we go again.
Look at this. The giant stone monolith they call the Mount Tower, which was the site of all kinds of top secret military testing for almost 40 to 60 years. You can see the building has railings that run along the side that probably assisted in them loading whatever it was they were loading into or out of the building.
I saw like this coming through the sky, and I described it as it looked like this bracelet, like balls, silver balls of different sizes.
Hello, it's Christo. We're here at the top of Mount Rome with Angel and myself, and we're signaling with mirrors and lights to the objects that Angel has been seeing above her home in San Jose. She's doing an Indian dance right now above my head, and is requesting one of the orbs to show up. I've already seen 2 of them fly over my head already.
Make an appearance, so I'm gonna say, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.
Oh, come on, Papa. Come on out of there. I've seen you already. Come on. Oh, I saw it again.
Okay, I'm telling you.
You can see it right up there. It's like a little silver thing. And you focus on the edge of this right here, like this. You'll see them moving along the top, but you have to focus on the edge of the cloth.
Well, we're close. We're up. Did you see how the other one just appeared out of nowhere? It's okay. They're okay with it. Okay, that one's good. See?
I see it.
Oh, I see another one right next to it.
I see it.
Let's see. Yeah, so that other one appeared, see? And then you get locked onto one and you lose the other one. Okay, there's one right above it. Huge, huge, huge. Silver, silver. So when you see it, even if you think it's a balloon, you keep looking, and then another one will appear.
There's no balloons at that altitude.
Okay.
You understand? Balloons are not at that altitude.
So
There, I saw it. I just saw it flash again.
Yeah,
It's right there.
yeah, it will flash you. So then you keep watching and you'll see flybys. So even if you believe it's a balloon, you keep watching and you'll see other items, objects.
Stop using the word.
Okay.
I just saw another one. The other vibration.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't that hard to see.
I know they're not, but once you know what you're looking for, it's a star. I say a star.
I make my sound when I see them.
What is this?
Look at this.
What is this shit?
somebody directed them here.
Yeah, seriously. I'm telling you, after I have a sighting.
To get the Orbeez to move on.
Yeah. After I have a sighting, always a plane comes by every single time.
Yeah.
It's not like some paranoia, conspiracy.
No, I don't think that.
They're coming through.
I don't think that, Angel.
Yeah.
There they are. Okay, come here. Look through the eyepiece.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's good. Really good. They're fast.
There's a lot of activity up here.
Here we go.
Okay, she's got one. She's got one up here.
This is the real deal. It's nuts and bolts. It's very oblong. Three. Okay, let me look.
There is a lot of activity up here. I am completely enamored with this place. It is everything I thought it was going to be and more.
I'm still looking for that one.
Looking for the one.
It was so beautiful.
Aren't we all?
It was
Sometimes the one is right underneath our nose and we don't even realize.
It was so beautiful. I'm just gonna.
What time is it? We just need that sun to start dropping down.
Hours.
Yeah.
Like hours.
We've got about an hour and a half before I can signal.
When you saw these UFOs, you have some emotions. Your heart is beating, your brain is working differently. So you are electricity mainly too, and they have the ability to detect you. So they have the ability to detect your emotion.
She kind of freaked out a little bit, sent me a letter that said she didn't want to be a part of any kind of science, that she is more of a spirit, that she wants to communicate and be respected by the aliens in a spiritual way.
We all have our superpowers, even though you don't like to use that word and think that we don't have some juju, but I'm sorry, I think that we do.
Angel, when she came to the sighting, she, for the first time, got scared of what she was seeing because the UFO started moving towards us.
When I was maybe 7 years old, my parents found me at the top of a cabinet.
I was terrified when I was a kid. What is that? Space Odyssey? I used to, when I was 4 years old, run and hide underneath the coffee table when I'd hear that song. I don't know why. How did I even know it was space?
And it was a very high cabinet. It was like 2 meters at least, And there are no ways that I could climb the cabinet by myself, or jump on it at all,
Might seem pretty harmless to some people, but when you're there and it's really going, sometimes it's a little terrifying.
But the day after, my nose was bleeding all day long. So they came back to the doctor, and the doctor said, "We don't know why. We don't know that we can do anything. We don't see anything wrong."
It just, what do you think, they're going to come down and we're going to climb in?
It's not when everyone's around, it's when I'm sleeping at home by myself.
I was afraid about the light in my bedroom. My room, for me, able to sleep, must be black, totally black. No light at all, because I was afraid of the light.
And then when I was a little kid, I put foil all over my windows so nothing could see me.
Complete black room without any light.
But wouldn't you go on the ship?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm from here, and this is where I belong. I'm from here, that I know of.
Do we know that for sure? We're not even a couple really, and it's like I feel like I have to see if she's right. And so I went out and I signaled, and of course she was wrong. and they loved us. And she got on the phone with me, and a huge triangle popped out. And so I'm like, they still love us, and I still love you, Angel.
And these events, I could say that I had these events more than 3-4 times a month.
And like I said, I've had some close encounters.
Right.
And I'd be like, oh, that's fucking too close. Don't get that close to me.
And then she tells me about Zumba class. What's his name, too? Hector. Okay, I'm going to call her Ramon.
There's a mirror.
Ramon. And I'm like, oh, Ramon the Zumba teacher? She's very athletic. She's constantly doing some kind of, activity. She's working on the roof of her house, or she's, going to Zumba class. Well, here we are. House of the Angel.
Here's the sun mirror.
Wow. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Good. Nice to see you.
How's it looking?
Very cool.
Oh, yeah, it's totally
Cool, huh? Wow, look at these crystals. Are those your power crystals?
All-purpose crystals.
Those are the power crystals at Angel. Look at this. This is actually the shape of the UFOs.
Yeah, more or less.
It is. This is their shape.
Let me show you the store.
Let me see.
Okay.
She knows what
My
he's.
store.
Wow.
My store. This is the grand spaceship.
This is where you. Wow.
Don't touch anything in here.
Oh,
Anyone.
okay.
This is my no touching room. This is my procedure room.
Really? Sure you don't work for the cartel? I mean, you could. Anybody that needs rubbing out comes in here. Maybe you can pierce my lips closed, huh?
Oh my God.
It's built a tiny little nest here, and even with my big, ugly ass staring at these tiny little birds, they're just all look, they're looking at me. Hi. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. So you live here at Angel's house because this is where the UFOs. Look at this.
Maybe he got lost. Yes, I did.
You got lost?
No, we're just saying it's
Let me tell you later. It's like. Right? We're gonna Zumba, right? Okay. Right? If there's a chance, see how you like my Batman underwear. All right. Angel's right, you do have a nice ass. And then I go in to wash up afterwards. Hey, say goodbye. Angel's life, and when Christo stands in her yard, right? Oh yeah.
We all don't get
is little Pepito, the little seaside alley dog. There he is. Look, he's like, do not film me unless you are ready to lay out some serious cash. You have any money for some heroin, maybe, huh? Oh, I am Pepito.
In the dark forest, Luke, you must learn to go to the center of your mind.
Perfect conditions. There's the old flag. The mountains have revealed themselves. The wind has gone the other direction. The military can't do anything about it when it does that. Finally, we get good weather. It always jazzes me up. Always gets me going. It's like a drug. It gets me excited. This is one of the most important things in human history. Gosh damn, look. Oh, look. I'm just now arriving to do a sighting, and I'm greeted with a flying saucer sun. This is a good omen. There he is, literally waiting for me. I signaled with my little flashlight as I was coming up the hill. There he is. Amazing. Hello, my friend.
Of the McDonald's on Canyon Del Rey, now just a burned out shell. This morning, a driver smashed into the restaurant, hitting a gas main and power lines, igniting a fire that just destroyed the building.
Police say a driver high on drugs crashed his Dodge Charger into the restaurant, sparking the flames.
They spoke to some witnesses who had watched this vehicle actually drive at a high rate of speed, drive through the Starbucks parking lot.
Some guy drove through the barrier right after I left the McDonald's, crashed over railroad tracks, and then into the McDonald's, burning the whole place to the ground. That's the place I used to give those people, the homeless people, little donations and stuff so they could get cheeseburgers. Wow, look at that fucking thing. Last night, that little fucking dramatic rain or whatever the hell it was. Huge fire started apparently after this weird storm went through our place last night. I guess it did some lightning strikes or something. Somebody scratched the front fender on my station wagon this morning. And so there's only a couple people who could have done that. One of them is the dad of this family here that lives across the street who has vandalized my other car. And otherwise it could be his daughters who are on their longboards when they went by my car just like they did tonight.
Fuck, I was fucking recording and all of a sudden it just shut off. Okay, fuck this. Here, I'm gonna go out to the car, check things out. The gate is open. I did not open the gate. Nobody's by the car. Go check. Okay, see? That's where the speaker was fucking broken out and the capacitor was taken off the back of the speaker that was turned into a microphone. Okay, I'm not kidding around. I'm serious. Fuck.
I kind of have been by myself, I think, for so fucking long that I might as well be alien. Actually, the whole time that Janelle and I were together, I had no UFO research or any of that stuff because her cancer was a kind of cancer that was hereditary. You know, I had these good friends. There were a couple, and the guy in the couple was this guy from a reggae band, and he's a big black guy. And he's, you know, we went to the hospice because we managed to raise enough money at a benefit that we had with Jeff Burr and Jim Van Beber. They came and showed all their movies. When we came into the room, you know, Janelle weighed about 80 pounds. She had on a wig, but she had changed physically so much that Angela's boyfriend just started weeping like a little baby. And because she couldn't lift herself up, we had to pick her up. And when I lifted her up with Angela on the other side, Angela just started weeping too, you know. And that's another reason I'm very cautious around people that I'm attracted to, because I just, you know, I'm afraid of what could happen, you know, and there you go. And I just, you know, it's like that kind of thing. I miss Janelle very much, still to this day, obviously, you know, and like we did, the fans, again, you know, such nice people, started a GoFundMe thing without me even knowing it. I was fucking cleaning a ceiling fan on the roof of my house, and I slipped off the fucking couch and I landed on my ground and I bit down and broke my molar in half. And the fans sent a lot of money, and I just couldn't feel like it was right for me to use more than a couple $100 of that, because they were so generous. It was ridiculous. And I thought, well, this is an opportunity to help all of us do something good for the spirit out there, for just, you know, to honor Janelle and to honor all women, and just, you know, give that money to the fucking American Breast Cancers Foundation. So we did that, and that made me feel really good.
My favorite place to shop is the old dollar store. Now the dollar store has its own supermarket now, so you can actually buy produce here. You know, so if your landlord's nickel and diming you to death with over-expensive rents, you can just come in here and get a little dog food. Here we are. $1. Okay. $2. Okay. And everybody here at the dollar store is super friendly, and it's just as good as anything else. So when all those evil landlords are overcharging you for your rent, thank you, you can come in here and save a few dollars to poke them back in the pocketbook. No shame in coming in a place like that. And you help everyone because they actually make donations to various charities. That's how cool they are. Okay? Chewbacca is getting clean right now. He's taking a luxurious bath. We love to soak him. He is a wonderful boy. Bathing in the tub of joy. We love you. We love you, Mr. Chewbacca. You are such a good boy. We love you. Chewbacca's taking smaller and smaller baby steps. I'm so worried about him. I don't want to put him to sleep myself. I can't stand the idea of watching him pass away. So I'm trying to find a ranch or someplace comfortable that he can retire to with other dogs to live out the rest of his life. The situation at my house has become so bad with the neighbor, I don't want the dogs to have to suffer through it anymore. Come on, old Papa. You can do it. Come on. Well, this is the place. I'm gonna look into it. I just can't stand watching Chewbacca suffer anymore. Well, there was nobody at the dog rescue. So I took Chewbacca down here to the beach. He loves to come to the beach. We haven't been to Pacific Grove. And he's been such a good boy. I can't watch them put him down. I can't do it. I want him to be happy. Oh, he's gonna poop now. He's very happy here. That's a sign. If he could, he'd just take off and keep going. That's how unhappy he is at the house.
But I want him to retire someplace where he can be with other dogs other than Gino and not in that house with all the stress. So he can enjoy the last part of his life. Because we're definitely not enjoying it at that house anymore. Come here, Big Papa. Come here. These are the last years of his life. I want him to have that wagging tail he's got right now. I want him to be happy. I want to remember him happy.
I'm signaling and filming down here after finding out that it looks like I'm going to lose my place. They've been trying to harass me out by raising the rent for a while. They don't do anything to, fix anything around the place except for cosmetic stuff. While I was taking a nap with my little boy, Mr. Gino, they left an ultimatum on the door to raise the rent another $100.
So far so good. The landlord just started off with this whole threatening thing and left this horrific note, which I will read in a moment. Here we go. The note, I don't want to show the name of the company. Effective May 1st, 2018, the rent of the property you occupy at the above address will increase $75 per month. This increase is dictated by changing market conditions and increased costs. We make every effort to limit the increases to your rent, which is still favorable compared to other similar properties that we are vampiring the blood out of everyone for and exchanging their children in lieu of rent. The last part wasn't true, I added that.
And I can only handle so much. I'm trying to make sure that the whole world can see it, not just, places where people don't speak Spanish. I had a big yelling match with my neighbor Steve again, who is just driving me insane. And also just found out that the whole house and the property is probably contaminated from somebody making drugs there a long time ago, before I lived there. The landlords knew about it, but they've been letting me stay there until now, and they're just turning the screws on me with the rent increase. So I come down here to relax, to get away from that. And I say to my friends, I really need to talk to you right now because I am hurting. I've been trying so hard to be a good person, to mind my own business, to do something good for my fellow man by showing people that this is real. But over and over again, I'm reminded why my relationship with these entities is so profound. It's probably because they don't dig the fact that people treat me like shit either. Come on, Papas. Let's have a little conversation. I need to mellow out.
$2.75 charge, payment convenience fee applies.
And as you can see, it's covered with black mold. As a matter of fact, they shut the whole building down that he manages because it was completely covered with black mold. This is how they maintain their properties. You see? This is a creative property management property. Let's take a look. And so now he's raising everybody's rent in order to make up for all the lost money that he's not getting now because all of his properties are being closed down since they're so poorly maintained. Look, termite damage, holes in the walls, lead paint. Look, the list goes on and on.
So we're at my landlord's real estate company of choice. Now I just want to show you the house that they run their company out of. I'm going to show you a little crack house that he's converted into his office.
Look, this is how they maintain this building. They don't. I looked up the listing.
They want fucking $1,700 a month. Hi.
No, not
Okay,
yet.
good. Well, I'm going to hand deliver something for you. What's your name? Okay, and you're? Okay, well, you're sorry.
That's a recording machine.
These are the originals. You don't get them.
So are these
I'm sure you'd
copies?
like to take them from
Are
me.
those the copies for that, sir?
Those are your copies. And tell him that if he comes by the property ever again, since he is actually not the owner of the property and he doesn't have anything to do with the owners, that I'll file for a restraining order and harassment against him immediately. And by the way, I have all the rent receipts, and I also have the receipt from him giving me a pay or quit notice when I first met him. No, you can't tell me anything. You're recording me right now, so you have no rights. See you later. You owe me $3,000. There's everything in writing that you asked for. See you later, dumbass. He comes out of hiding afterwards.
Is that normal? It's almost like they're marking the spot.
Today is Chewbacca's day. We tribute him all day today. He's going to be passing and going to the next level. He's been my good friend. He is a saint. I've lived with him for 17 years. So, I'm having a woman come down from Santa Cruz who is the nicest of all of the doctors who do this for older dogs. And she should be here anytime. We're both just kind of mentally preparing ourselves for Chewbacca to go. I couldn't sleep at all last night. I had to wake up early this morning and took him to the beach. But it's time. So, God rest Chewbacca's soul. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. God, I forgive everybody who's done anything wrong to me. I wish no ill will towards anybody. I ask only that you take Chewbacca into your loving arms and reward him for being such an angel to me all these years. Thank you, God. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen.
Please help me find another place. Give me strength, please, God. I can't do this stuff on my own. I can, but please help me. I can do anything with you helping me do it. Without you, I'm nothing, God. Without these folks, these are my family. These are my family, I can tell. They never turn their back on me. I have known this all the time.
So, it's a year later. All that shit's happened. And Gino and I are we're about to celebrate. It's a year later. And yes, now because of my early rising, we were able to get Thanksgiving dinner. Couldn't believe it. Turkey, everything, the works. Happy Thanksgiving.
I went out and filmed the most recent sighting that I did. And while I was filming, I was surrounded by helicopters and a plane, military plane of some kind. The very next morning I woke up, and when I went to the bathroom, a lot of blood came out of me. I'm so weak right now from bleeding so much that I'm going to have to go up to the hospital. Angel has just not left me alone. Very smartly, wisely insisted that I go up to the hospital. So I'm taking her advice, and I'm leaving Gino with my friends and my real family, Matt and Christiana, so that somebody can watch Gino while I go up there. All right, so Gino and I are in a hotel room. Just got out of the hospital for a second time. They said that I'm really lucky I got out of the house. Gino and I are safe, and we're gonna spend our Christmas here. I'm not gonna complain. We're gonna spend our Christmas here. One of Gino's favorite Christmas treats is cheddar cheese. Christmas cheese, Christmas cheese. We love Christmas cheese. Papa's crazy, huh? What are we gonna do? It's the best Papa can do for us. A police officer stopped us in front of the store. I told him what happened to us. And he gave us a card to go get something for ourselves. We could go get some food at Target. That was the kindest thing. I asked him if I could film him giving it to us, but he wouldn't let me because he was such a nice guy. Police officer from Monterey. Thank you, officer. That was a bit of kindness that is definitely appreciated by me. And even some people in uniform are human beings. See? And so here we are, back at the same place that the first movie all began, behind a bunch of supermarkets. Except now, this is our home. Really, this is our home. The hotel, it's just a bed for us to sleep in for a few nights. But this is where we live now. Well, I wish I could be like that. Beautiful bird. Just fly away from all this bullshit. Look at how gorgeous you are. There I go. If only. So I wake up one morning and I notice I'm kind of feeling dizzy. I go into the bathroom and I sit down. I look and I notice I have a little blood. And then I start noticing that I'm feeling kind of overwhelmingly dizzy. I decided to go up to the emergency room in the hospital. And I sat down and they took my blood pressure, and the woman gave me this really strange look. I want you to go in the bathroom and I want you to go in there and see if you can poop or pee and just bring it back to us after you're done. The good things I've learned. Number one, make sure that you always keep yourself calm. Don't yell. Whatever you do, always keep calm. Number two, I learned I don't have cancer. That what I have been doing for the most part has been okay. That I'm not a bad person. That I'm surrounded by angels like the one behind the camera. And I have nothing but I am so happy that I'm surrounded by friends like that every day of my life. I learn, like when I'm sitting here in this bed, to be humble. And the one thing that those UFOs have taught me, and the one thing that kept me from being scared while I was in here the whole time they told me that I might have died, was that I learned from those aliens, consciousness is not physical. You remember that, everybody. Consciousness is not physical. As long as you keep that faith, you'll find out that's what they're teaching us. I had been bleeding internally for like a full day. finally they realized after calling my name 2 or 3 times that I wasn't responding, and remembering that they had sent me in there, they sent an orderly in who found me there on the floor in the bathroom, laying in a puddle of my own blood and feces, dead. No breathing, no heartbeat. And they put me on the gurney and they started massaging my heart and got me breathing and got my heart going again after 45 seconds of that while I was on the gurney. Then they put me in the emergency room where I continued to bleed out until I had bled out a total of like 12 units of blood. That's like the most amount of blood. Apparently, I'm the record holder in community hospital for most amount of blood shooting out of someone's butt. So dying for me was like a time machine, where 1 minute I was sitting down and the next minute I was laying down, surrounded by all these people's blood hanging in bags around me. There was a police officer and a little girl, and a black man who had been a fireman. And all this blood was because I had basically bled out. From that point on, I just basically was taken care of by these angels in the ICU until Christiana showed up and made me feel better. Believe it or not, when I got home, I was so exhausted that I passed out. I went to sleep almost immediately. I just don't feel like the old, burnt-out Christo. I feel freshy fresh. So I went down to the beach and watched the sunrise, completely sobered, hadn't had a drink, and I didn't want it. It's great. The air smells wonderful. Everything's killer. It's shocking, Gino, but it's made me feel much better. And also, I think living in the country has augmented that, because I don't feel like I'm being steered around by the pressure in town and all the people who want to rush me through my life. I don't know what was wrong with me, why I decided that, I should fight for that other place or be upset about it being taken away from me, because as I was driving out here, I could just feel my brain saying to myself, you need this. You need to change your surroundings. This place is calling to you. And there was many benefits to that. One of them was that I was happy all the time. There's something to be said for dying, coming back to life, and then finding a new one that completely transforms everything that you thought was just going to shit into heaven on earth. All of the battling with these crazy people who I felt were taking away the most important, most valuable thing in my life, which was that little house. And the idea that I was going to have to leave this place, that UFOs had hovered over my house and everything, was just, I couldn't comprehend it. Without knowing it, there were people in the background who were very concerned about my situation and my lack of a place to live. After looking for all these places and thinking I wasn't going to get anything, boom, this girl Mia, who's a fan of the movie, reached out like an angel when we thought there was nothing that was going to pull us out of this hotel we were living in. If dying is what it takes to snap you out of your trance and realize there's something better over the next hill, so be it. Since I've been living here, I have never been happier in my life. I realized that this place is a lot like the countryside I used to live in when I was a child back in Ohio. Even Gino stops chewing his butt, doesn't have to have the cone anymore, is completely happy. Here, I create. The rain creates a symphony on the roof. I thought I had arrived when I was in that place, and actually what I had done was box myself in. It was a rite of passage, to be sure, but in the end,
It was something that I needed very badly, and that is to get out of the rut that I was in, to get away from the negative people that were dragging me down. And I'm living the good life now, out in the country, where I belong.
Doing the, the typical one here, right there.
Right. See him? Look. You have your night vision thing?
Yeah, it's charging up.
Okay.
Fucking shitty fucking lights.
There he is. Fuck. Come on, you fucking piece of... Dennis, can you try to get this thing working for me? It's driving me insane. Can you use your light? Okay. They're all dimmed down because there was a lot of helicopters. So there's one, two, three, they were brightened up and dimmed down. They're swimming around and doing their little shit. See, there's two of them up there, right above it. Because there's a plane over here, see, but there's two of them over there. That's why they're fucking going haywire over here, because the fucking helicopter keeps sitting over offshore. They're clever because they don't want to be too bright in the air traffic, you know, they want to be able to see each other, but I can see them. I've gotten so used to looking at them dimmed down and real bright, it doesn't make any difference to me anymore. I can tell when they're left. Oh, there we go. Look, look. Night vision. Awesome. Filming him. There's another one there. Here he comes. Come on, give me the second guy. There's two there. Do you see it, Matt? There's the second one. It's brightening up. It's brightening up. Go, go, go. Get it, Matt. Get it. Film that motherfucker. Yes. Yes, thank you for showing my friend Matt. We communicate, huh, my friends? What are you seeing on the night vision, Dennis?
I got 4 of them.
Dennis has got 4.
2, 3.
Give us a triangle, boys. Come on. Look, there's a third one. We're going to get a triangle.
2.
Oh, come on. Don't dim down for me. That's the third one. There's the third one at the far point. See him?
See over on the right. The other one.
They dimmed down because of that one fucking plane that just flew by. fuck yeah! This is fucking wicked, Dennis.
Yeah, I know you should let. Yeah, I know. Can't deny that.
Big guy. Oh, he's dropping little ones out of him. Oh, there's another triangle. Look at the fucking size of that thing. Look. Oh my God, look at that. Let's look up the big one. So gorgeous. We're so lucky to all live here. All we need now is to realize that there's hope for every single person in this world, that there's something else that we didn't count on that can help everybody, okay? All we have to do is give it a little bit of our attention, a little bit of our time, and all of us here in Monterey will have what we've always wanted, a little bit more knowledge about where we are, why we're here, what is the meaning of life. That's my quest. I want to know what this is all about. How did all of this happen, all right? Why did this happen, and why is that happening now? It means so many things, but to me, it's meant my freedom. It's meant that now I have something that is really, really important in my life. And that's something before that, I only had a little bit of. Now I have the rest of it, and I'm so thankful to everybody for that privilege. To be able to talk to people about this has been almost as good as the possibility of getting at that booty that Angel's got going. I tell you, that's something I'd really like to get hold of.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 1, 2.
Oh, look, another one showed up. This is magnificent. Look, look, look. Look, we're getting us up. We're getting the formation. 2, 3. Oh, yes. Yes. Holy shit. This is amazing. Look at what he's doing. He's totally mimicking the fucking flashing. And the way he's signaling us is fucking crazy. Yes! Triangle! 1, 2, UFO! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, you're so beautiful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Triangle. 5, 6, 7. Super triangle. 1, 2, 3. Yes. You see the triangle? Look at that shit, brother. He's still there too. There's another one. Still there. Oh, there's the second one. Doing all kinds of fucking trippy shit. It's good because it's through a haze, you know what I mean? So, the discussion's over. I know.